So one of the really interesting questions that I get often from senior executives is, why am I spending so much money on security and it's not getting any better? There's a really interesting answer to those questions, that kind of question, which is, it's twofold. You have one, which is the bad guys. They live outside, they're getting more sophisticated. The reality is that their ecosystem, there's a business ecosystem around crime and stealing your information, and they're able to monetize it. And unfortunately, they are structurally superior to what we can do inside a company. They are a profit center, and we are a cost center. They can invest like a profit center, and so they can spend an enormous amount of money to try to steal from us. And just to put it in perspective, how much money do these companies, these sort of bad companies make? There's a couple of different numbers that have been thrown around out there, but let's take one of them which seems a little more reasonable, which was $100 billion they made last year stealing information from companies. If that's true, and they can spend up to, let's say, half of that to try to earn that money, they spend about $50 billion a year to steal information from us. That $50 billion they spend is larger than the entire security industry. And so they can end up spending way more than we can as an industry to protect ourselves. And now you think about that in a little different. They spend $50 billion to attack you, one single company, who are constrained by budget cycles, who are constrained by priorities for running the business. It just makes the job really hard. And so that's one of the reasons why we spend so much more on security and it's not getting any better for us. The other reason that I think we spend so much money and it's not getting better is the architecture we are using to protect our environment doesn't work. We've built perimeters around our environment, but then anything behind those perimeters essentially receives lowest common denominator security. And we try to get better by segmenting our network and creating smaller zones of security inside, but all that really has done is made our environments way more complicated. And when things are complicated, people make mistakes, and the bad guys capitalize on those mistakes. The other way we do it is we try to bring security down to the application itself, whether it's an agent or some sort of host-based security product that runs on the application. The problem with that approach is the agent itself is as vulnerable as the application and is susceptible to things called rootkits, which get underneath and can basically just turn off your security. Or the other problem is the protections you put on the things you're trying to protect damage the performance of the thing you're protecting. And so as users, we turn off functionality that you need to protect it. So not only do we have the wrong architecture to protect our environment, but the adversary is structurally advantaged. And that's why it's costing a lot more to protect ourselves, but we're not really getting any better at it.